Hello, how's it in the name of Christ? How you doing? It's your girl Crankcake, Karabo. I hope you're good. I hope you're peachy. I hope you are Stella. And I hope you're in a neat little bunch. I hope you're all together, put in a bunch. If not, whatever, okay? Nobody really cares about anything anymore, including the bunches that people are in or like they're off, because at this point, I just feel as if though, whatever comes first, let it come first. Breakthrough or rapture. I guess sure. I'm not certain. Listen up. You know this whole concept and principle of exchanging one another like washing or something. I don't know. Like cease and desist. Like stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So Africa, you will teach yourselves not to do sorcery. I was actually trying really hard to get Wi-Fi on this phone and it's just not catching, just like sorcery is not giving. All it's giving is cadaver and RIP, but people are naive extremely in that regard. Women, akele tshabe, lanzelele kotsi. Men, akele tshabe, lanzelele kotsi. That means women, I'm not scared of you even when you're dangerous. And men, I'm also not scared of you even when you're dangerous. Because herein lies the deal. I'm more dangerous. Oh, I got Wi-Fi. Wow, look at that. I'm literally more dangerous. I don't know why people don't see that I'm dangerous. I don't appreciate not being seen as dangerous because it's just ideal that we should be seen as dangerous. It's a real story. Because Christians, when you underestimate the living daylights out of us, your consequences are dire. They're really quite dire. They're dire. Like extremely dire. But strangely, there are people walking these streets, not quite putting the pieces of the puzzle together, gauging the dire straits that they're in by being animalistic and beastlier than beasts. So more than animalistic. It's like danger much? Like danger much. You know, it's extremely dangerous to afflict the living daylights out of us, hoping that this thing is going to turn out alright tomorrow. It's just not. So we're going to talk about something here, especially within the black community, please. Like, I have this thing that I do every so often. I use my languages because I'm speaking to like black folk. But you know, it's a bit unfair because however, despite it being unfair, it's actually quite applicable even to like people of a different like race and stuff. You know, just the protection of Christians across the board by the God of the universe is like, it's a thing. And we are a dangerous people to be fooling around in the midst of. And just like Bogate, you don't get to just keep wearing us over and over again. Like, no. That means a worn out gene. You know, some words don't quite kill it nor cut it in English. So when we speak English, it just messes life up. Anyway, I found internet, and since I found internet, let's just get straight into it. So that you can understand what it is that I'm going to be talking about today, let's just go, like hit this thing with a jam. But first we gotta do my caveats. Let me just put them out there. Kindly please look out for my captions. They're not always accurate. Sometimes they use a small G for God, so they're not very reverential. Sometimes they're misspelled, wrong word altogether, all different kinds of nasty things. But that's not really me. I don't have money, I'm broke, my life sucks, everything is falling upside down because the occult has been at it. Yeah, so captions are gonna stay looking like that until such time that I can get like a Generation Z human being to do my edits. Until then, we just deal with nasty captions, you know, because it's the story of our life. Like, please, take it. Take it, yo, take it. Oh, I don't like this. I can't believe I don't like it. I thought I would like it. Just in case you're wondering what we're talking about, before my Wi-Fi disappears, let's just like get straight into it, okay? Take it. I'm talking about my captions, like back there, guys. You know, I'd life, whole life, whole life, is hard. But it doesn't really matter if life is hard, because at the end of the day, I'm a child of God and people are in a lot of danger for hurting me. Like, I'm promising you right now, that's like a whole thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. And people are living dangerous. I've been saying it for a minute, but you know when you don't believe, and the next thing you're like, D dead, because you can't even spell when you're dying. You be agile. Cadaver. That's people. Like, you're about to literally become cadavers. And I don't care. I'm just at a point now where I'm like, you know, and you were told not to be a cadaver. Don't cadaverize, don't die, don't code, don't RIP. Do a better thing. And then you're like, I'm strong, and it doesn't matter what I do, I get away. Oh, and then boo, yeah, proper onomatopoeia on your throat, boo. And then it slices you, that boo slices your throat, and next thing you're like dead. Yeah. Same way that heaven rejoices when one sinner repents, so too does heaven rejoice when a Christian is relieved from an anomalous beast in the streets. So it's just better not to do that, okay, cool beans and bananas. So we don't have anybody doing our captions, and that's just like a whole sorry sight. So please just take them in your stride. And then and then the next thing like is makeup. I very potentially might be wearing application makeup. If I am, you'll know it's gonna be like bouncing up and down. I'm not shape-shifting. It's an app. The world is coming to an end, so really it doesn't matter. I like it. Since I can't wear actual makeup, I made a decision to run with the application because, you know, people are mean. And as mean as they are, they don't want me putting on some mascara. Oh. So it's fine, we use an app, okay? Like, somebody gotta make do, somebody gotta make shift, somebody gotta add a little thing or two. Okay. Alright guys, I'm doing edits in the background, that's why I'm so distracted. So this is fake makeup, if I am wearing it. If I'm not, barefaced, okay? Oh, and I have a segment. Ooh, but if I do the segment, it might just harass the living daylights out of my Wi-Fi, because I don't want to put this phone down, because it's at an angle right now. Just, yeah, very quickly. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Please don't take a jab at me. It's just too bad. Do a better thing, do a better thing, do a better thing. Please don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, don't prick me. Cause when you prick me, I believe. When you prick me, I bleed. Like, boo, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a conversation right now, like, proper, guys. Like, wait again, Satan into it. Swang, Puma Satan. Puma Satan. Puma Satan. Puma Satan. Get behind me, Satan. Out with your devil. As some of you all gyrating on the floor right now, I don't know. I just feel as if they'll get delivered, sister guy, sister girl, sister mistress. Do a better thing, you know? And into different. Boom. Yeah. Look at that. Sometimes it comes out looking a lot better. Angazi, I'm blushing my cheeks. The reason I do that is to show you that, like, proper kinalemadi and asebenza, and it flows through my body, and proper people gonna be actually getting hurt for hurting my blood. I'm just saying, 1 minute. Anyway, I had to go doubly check something that was going wrong over there with my cat's situation, but it's like better now, like a band-aid on cancer. Some things are not funny, but in my life people think this is hilarious. They think that taking a person and holding them hostage cause wena ubutswitse mo pelong is like a thing. Y'all gonna have a problem, maybe 2, perhaps 3. Y'all gonna struggle to lay down and do a better thing just like my edges. And when that's what you're doing, I mean, I just feel as if they'll hurt much, that's what you're doing. Cadaver much, you're giving RIP. You're giving mokokotelwa, counterfeit, mtubulo, kota uya foster, in which case you're just going to be neutralized, you know what I mean? Anyhow, so today we're gonna be doing singing, you guys, yay! Like little children celebrate, please give me a round of applause, I deserve it. But if you want to give me a round of applause, you don't have to, because frankly, heaven rejoiced when I got saved, so that's all the round of applause that I need. Plus, God does say that the least on earth are going to be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven and blah blah, so really and truly, of course, you don't think I'm spectacular, because you're down here in these streets, wreaking havoc in them. I'll keep that. Let's just publish the content, even though the captions are inaccurate. Guys, we're gonna be singing some music, but not too much. Not too much. Oh, maybe too much, I don't know. Wasn't really feeling like releasing some boisterous lyrics or songs right now. Just boisterously with like but it turns out it's what I gotta do, because Jesus Christ communicates to me sometimes with music. Every so often he lets me know what's happening in these uneasy occult streets, and in order to communicate to me what's going on in these uneasy occult streets, he just like hits me with a jam, you guys. Mino. Oh, I apologize, was that loud? Nah, you're not gonna pick it up. You would only pick it up if you're in the Girata. I feel like just retouching my lip gloss just in case I'm not rocking app makeup, which I seriously doubt, but anyway, whatever. I really like that app makeup. Some days it makes me want to experiment with real makeup, and I'm like, what are you, 12? Anyway, whatever. Can't be putting on makeup just for the sake of like Benny guy phones. Got just sitting around in the house. Like, y'all make sure I sit around in the house. Except it's not even a house, it's a shack. So we're gonna give some people some problems right yet. There's gonna be a problem in the streets because y'all are living dangerous, and these very dangerous lives that you are living on the edge of your seat and everything, shaking it up a storm, making like an actor or an actress in the movie Final Destination. I'm just like, death ultimately is gonna get to you, like, what? But like, people are not even trying to do that. I can't believe that you guys froze my YouTube channel like Eskimo vibes. I'm like, igloo, what? Now I live in an igloo. Never in my life did I ever imagine I would know what it's like to live in an igloo. Like, guys, a total igloo. Like, looking like a school butt and everything. It looks like a tortoise from the outside. I'm living in a tortoise in Antarctica because you made my life a living igloo, otherwise known as a living nightmare. So let's just sing. I'm sorry, I don't have decorum. I told you guys that when I get like 2,700 subscribers, I'll stop burping. All up in you, girl. I'll have decorum because now I've got more people to be decent for. Right now I'm only being viewed by like 5 people from the Occult that have made sure that even my subscribers don't look at me. So y'all deserve every burp you can get. Now I'm saying, okay, cool beans and bananas. What do I want to say? Oh, you see, I can't concentrate like proper. Like, what do you call this? Like multitasking? Not my thing. It's like time out. Blimp, bump TV. Alrighty, you know what, we're gonna pause for the sake of just focusing on what I'm doing over here because my brain is unable to do more than one thing at a time. Like, I guess we can't have it all, you guys. 1 minute. Okay, we're back. Goodness gracious, that took so long. It's like my brain is like but like, it's back, you guys. Like, what? I got a brain. Yeah, I have a brain, and y'all like refuse to let me use it. Look at you are living dangerous. They are living dangerous. Whenever I look in the mirror, I look at myself, right? And all I see is just this person. That people are living dangerous around. Hey guys, Nakim Salman, little Limala. Y'all gonna get hurt something bad. Something bad. That's how you gonna get hurt. Something bad. Something bad. Lolimala, you are living dangerous. You are living dangerous. You are living dangerous. And seeing as you are living dangerous, there's nothing we can do for you. Except help you understand all of this stuff of change, like changing each other up, like switching each other up, like mixing each other up, like, I don't know, your underwear or something. Like, guys, proper. When you allow yourself to be used like that as a human being, you deserve every ounce of degradation you feel within that you can get. The Lord never intended for human beings to live dangerous like that. The Lord never intended for humanity to keep on changing one another like the boga and tetsetswapugile. And thank God I woke up at like 26 to see that that's like not a thing. And now you are trying to freshly ground me. Yeah, that's what's good. This is what it is that is coming at the top of my mind. This song, okay, alongside another one that's at the top of my mind, womp, 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 and then another one yet that's also at the top of my mind. All 3 are secular songs and they've been ringing in my mind all day long. So I'm just gonna sing them, following which we're going. You're probably gonna be like, oh, I get it, as I sing the jams, but like, no, you don't get it, because I'm gonna explain why you don't get it. Like, that's just not how life is supposed to work, and some of us found the right way out. We experienced a salvation endeavor, and now we're like all cleansed and consecrated, so we don't do that. But like, y'all be taking for granted that I'm 40 and everything, at least 5 seconds away from it, and you think Uguti because me nangina 40, because I'm like practically hitting the age of 40, that you gonna get to be like all up in this grill, all up in my grill. There's gonna be some problems. I'm just saying. I waited, he waited, Should the Lord see it fit to put us together instead of bring a rapture, that's what's gonna happen. I'm not going to be chenchi sanazla, chenchi sanad, bunga or ipogant. It's nochal. We're not gonna do it, but let's just sing the song, okay? It goes a little something like this. Tell me if you remember this jam. If you don't, well, I mean, I don't blame you. Maybe you're not South African, but largely I'm speaking to a South African crowd because it's only South Africans that can be out here trying to sing me this song. It's like, as in flow, man. Because I've never been anywhere else in the world. Yeah, I've never traveled thanks to all you randos. Kenkaluna. Yes, and take your country and then keep it, you can have it, you keep it, you can touch it, you keep your silly nation. I'm done here. Whether or not you want me to be done in all of your possessiveness is irrelevant. Here's the song. Okay. Dum, dum, dum. Romanticizing Rabbi Yosh. Dum, 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 dum. There was a time when my ex was all up in my grill with this song, but this time around, let me just highlight that it's not my ex-boyfriend. Poor thing is kind of innocent right now. He feels like trash, but I don't know for how long. You know who it is? It's some other rando that does know me. Randos, plural. What's with stalking? Cyber stalking? Samba, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Some of these people mina angbazine. Like it's not that kind of party. It can't possibly be that kind of party. Because Grandshop, you used to pass me shade, and now you think and also herein lies the deal. When people get older, they stop having as much arrogance as they used to have. Arrogance. They stop being as they stop being as arrogant as they used to be. And so the things that they were doing, being little children that were foolish back when we were all growing up, now they want to come and fix it now. And it's like, fine, do you if you want to correct your life, but not at the expense of someone that you treated like trash when you had a perfect opportunity. But then you acted like, you know, stamaronza, something very strong in the streets, like sterkisi out here, like, you know, flexing a muscle or two, because you thought you could do better. That's the sad thing about guys. You literally never ever do better than the chick that you prostrate. Like, it always happens that way. It's just so sad. Listen, let's just sing the song and get straight into it, okay? I know I can be long winding, but y'all need to hear this out so you can do a better thing, especially if you're younger. Thing is, nobody's listening to my content because I've got all these witches sitting on my chest. But whatever. Just don't be like these millennial idiots. Just don't do it. If you're a Gen Z, take my words in your bosom and fly, child. Take my words in your bosom and fly, child. Take my words in your bosom and fly, child. Otherwise you will be like a wild Tswapuchat millennial. If you don't want to be like the worn-out millennials that went and ruined their lives, Gen Zs, please, and perhaps even Gen Alpha, you will take my words into your bosom, child, so that you will not be a wild millennial. Do a better thing, child. Okay, moving on. Here's the song. It goes a little shine like this. Twing, twing, twing. Twing, twing, twing. Only because a woman is suffering now. Amen. You know, when you passed up a good girl, you passed up a good girl, you passed up a good girl. She was a good girl back then. She's still a good girl now. But you was a nasty dude back then that the naive girl was trying to get with. And now the naive girl is a grown Christian woman, and now she thinks you stank. It goes a little something like this. These are the songs that God has been reiterating in my mind. Let's just sing them, get them out the way so we can get into the message. What would you do if I kissed you? Let you know now what it is, the song. What would you do if I held your hand and laid you down? Would you find me overly familiar towards you? Would you call me insensitive and say that I deserve to die? What do I do with all these feelings tearing me up inside? What do I do with all these wasted hours dreaming of you at night? Cause I'd like to call you sometime. What would you do if you knew the truth? Oh, what would you do if I told you the story of my life? Would you find me overly familiar towards you? Would you call me cruel, fling me aside to the birds? What do I do with all these feelings holding me back inside? What do I do with all these wasted hours dreaming of you at night? Cause I like to call you sometime. I like you to need me one time. I like to call you sometime. 조금 찌찌겠지. 우오, 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 What would you do if I kissed you? What would you do if I held your hand and laid you down? Would you recognize it's a need I've been fighting for so long? Would you recognize it's a hunger only you can feel? What would I do with all these feelings? What do I do? Warming me up inside. What do I do with all these precious hours dreaming of you at night? Cause I like to call you sometime. I like you to need me one time. I like to have you all the time. I like to call you, etc. That's the song. This jam over here, I used to love it. Yeah, freshly ground from back in the day. Before I got saved, all that jazz, blah blah. Frankly, it's still quite awesome even now. Now that I'm born again. But like, it keeps on ringing in my mind every time when the Lord is trying to describe the sentiment of certain human individuals from long ago that I like. A Dzwapuchat Bogant that frankly had its time and now it's gone. And they want to just bring me into their space because they remember. Okumbula, that's the sorrowful thing. They remember that I used to spaz. Like I was thoroughly out in these streets, making like an epileptic on the floor with some fits and everything when this human being was in the room. Like spaz, hard knocks, sweaty palms, and everything. Cheeky face can't be maintained in a matte finish because I'm sweating. I'm sweating. And now this person wants to rock up. What would I do if you kissed me? I would punch you. What would you do if you called me? I would hang up. Would you recognize it's a hunger I've been fighting for so long? As I'm Washela back then, dude. And I don't care about your guava back in the day. Because now I'm a Christian. And because I gave my life to Christ, you passed me shade, some of y'all. Not only that, okay? Because I am in Christ, your demons made you cast spells on me, and now that I'm almost 40, looking like I'm 24, proper, some dudes are out here on some, oh, what would you do if I held your hand and laid you down? I would scream rape. I would cry, accosted, police, come. I would frisk you for a magic wand, following which I would then bomb it and then kick you out the building. That's what I would do if you held my hand and laid me down. I would scream and then cast out your demons so that you would enter into a blackout. Enough time for me, therefore, to run. That's what I would do. Millennials, you decided to turn to sorcery and stuff? And I'm like, that took away your clout. You don't get to come back after all these years of acting a fool because, I don't know, witchcraft made you a prune that's all shriveled up more than a prune usually is shriveled up. And now you want to come back into the life of a person that decided to keep their hands clean because they gave their lives to Christ. Doesn't work like that. Gen Zs, I would greatly recommend you just don't make like these millennials, because one day you're going to be that 40-year-old rando that's on some, oh, how would I like to call you sometime, to the girl that right now you are crushing back on. She's spazzing over you, but like you're passing her shade because you think you got options. Like proper, it happens like clockwork. They meet later on in life, or they find you mysteriously and miraculously on the internet machine, and then they're like, yo, she's still hot. Next thing, what would you do if I kissed you? What would you do if I held your hand and laid you down? Would you find me overly familiar towards you? Would you call me insensitive and say that I deserve to die? What do I do, Karabo, with these feelings tearing me up inside? What do I do with all these wasted hours dreaming of you and I? Can you expect Karabo to choke up with tears because she used to like you? Cause I'd like to call you sometime. Karabo's like, oh, it's Jabu. What would you do if you knew the truth? Cause back then I was passing you shade and not letting you know that I was feeling you. What would you do if I told you finally the story of my life? Would you find me overly familiar towards you? Even though you once tried to know me, would you call me cruel? Fling me aside to the birds. What do I do with all these feelings holding me back inside? What do I do with all these wasted hours dreaming of you at night? Karabo, finally, I'd like to call you sometime. Finally, after 10 years, I'd like you to need me. One time, finally, I'd like to call you sometime. Will you let me out? 'Cause you are still so beautiful, even though now I'm divorced. I realized the mistake I made back when I was a hot boy. Girl, you know what I want. I did not realize at the time, but now that I'm a Kelsa middle-aged man with 2 babies and a divorce, I like to call you sometime. Even though back then, if you had hollered at me and we dated, I would have said, I do have my, I do have my, I do have a cause good delay, give my when I read one. I got this answer for you, Giti. I do have my, I was gonna be like, brother, I do. Cause we and cause it is just you. Anybody else that taking me, I got finally it's me. Got round the bugela, ubizundi pasa shade. Cause you think you can do better, so I don't, I'll give me ever too. There was a time when I would have said, yes, so fast, so furious, so fast, so furious. But the dude was out here flirting with me in the office, flirting with me at school, flirting with me everywhere, and then stringing me along because he liked the attention. Just could not get over the fact that he can tell I'm spazzing over him. Can't tolagala. You'd have made yourself act a fool in front of a chick you liked back, and now after divorcing your wife, you be out here trying to make me ugutingi feeling lindele when I went wrong. 10 years yonke been single, waiting on Christ in order for you to come with the divorce mfazi wako, then say I do have my. Make that 13-year single langtela. Men in South Africa hard about this langtela, and I those that I used to know as in. You knew I was spazzing. Kaupu make input wa. Cranshap, why under heaven are you even stalking my channel? I just feel as if the hamba uyo tanda umfaz wakon. Go and love the very woman's you passed me shade 20 times over and then married her. I would have said I do. I would have said that. I would have done it, but right now you're like, oh, go to na 40. In my standards. Yo, I hooked the little guys, sure. In my standards. I'm actually being told I'm 40. What's with the standards? Tell mara. Hey, mara mudim. And now I rata just so rata kinea. Kinea bupilo baka matsohong au jesu. Kinea bupilo baka matsohong au jesu. I'm just gonna give my life to Christ, like proper. I'm just gonna keep giving my life to Christ. I'm just gonna keep giving my life to Jesus. Like, yeah, on some, look at them, Lord. They think that because I'm almost 40, that now I just gotta take it because I once upon a time was spazzing real hard. It's like a guy that you've slept with before, thinking that he can just hit that again because, I mean, you've done it before. Maragana kwatengi, you're like a whole Christian. Or born again. But like he feels as if though because he done hit that once, he can hit it again. Yeah, it is what it is. Uzo figalam katweni roka punyo gabampeta out of nowhere nje, and just make a decision uguti alo dalangi tanda dalangi funa same thing nje fella, acting as if though go ban. But it's been like a decade. It's been like 11 years, dog. Like a lot has changed since then. And then you think uguti you can slap a lady silly with your random appearances, especially considering she's struggling. but she's still as fly as she used to be. God has preserved her. She's still looking good. So I mean, really, Karabo, don't be too hectic, girl. Come on, relax. You know you want me. No, actually, I know I don't. People actually get over people, like it happens, especially when you come to Christ. Worldliness it leaves such a bad taste in your mouth that just the prospect of going back there is like, ew, it's nasty. Kodwa, this is what's actually bombarding me. Bogatia 1995 telela, all up in my grill, nohale itzwapuhile, mara ibatla rena ke apare. Stop with the disrespect, like Papa literally sees and desist, okay? I'm human, and I get hurt by persistence, and then because people have found out that they can just wave a magic wand and literally freeze a person's life, they then imagine that they can go on right ahead and like pretty much get to hit that when they once rejected that. Yeah, and this time you're happy to quickly run to Stans or American Swiss or Browns to buy a ring, when back in the day you were treating me like I was thirsty, so thirsty that you gonna rob me even of your attention, never mind the wedding ring. Passed me shade, and now you're trying to marry me in 5 weeks. Okay, Binaya John Legend is the other one that's been ringing in my mind, so let's just get into it and sing it. It's about time we shared what's happening in these uneasy streets, and Gen Zs do a better thing than these random tswapugat millennials with their strange agendas. Like, do a better thing. Okay. Boing, 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 boing. Boo, 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 boom, boom, boing, boing. Boom, boing, boing. Ba 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 boing boing. Ba 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 boing ba ba boing. Boom ba 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 boom boing. Ba boom ba 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 boing. Ba boo beep ba bam boing. Boo ba 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 boing. Body bo 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 bo. Ran into you yesterday. Memories rushed through my brain. It's starting to hit me, and now you're not with me. I realized I made a mistake. I thought that I needed some space, but I just let love go to waste. It's so crystal clear now that I need you here now. I gotta get you back today. And this time I want it all. And this time I want it all. I'm showing you all the cards and giving you all my heart. This time I'll take a chance. This time I'll be your man. I can be all you need. This time it's all of me. I'm boing 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 boing. Ba 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 boing boing. Ba be ba boing boing. Ba 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 boing. I hit the bar every night, looking to score a good time. It's not like I planned it, but left empty-handed, 'cause I'm still alone in my mind. And now what will it take to feel right? Can I come see you tonight? Is there someone new now? What can I do now? 'Cause I need you back by my side. This time I want it all. This time I want it all. I'm showing you all the cards, giving you all my heart. This time I'll take a chance. This time I'll be your man. I can be all you need. This time it's all of me. Last time I wasn't sure. This time I will give you more. I'm more than sure. I'll show you. Boom. Last time I didn't know. I messed up when I let you go. I need you, don't say no. Lying alone in this room, all that is missing is you. Pick up the phone, won't you come home? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-boom. This time I want it all. This time I want it all. I'm showing you all the cards, giving you all my heart. This time I'll take a chance. This time I'll be your man. I can be all you need. And this time it's all of me. And ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Hey, Badna. It's like, guys, 10 whole years done progressed, you know what I'm saying? Like 10 years young. And then ding, 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 for real. Except you did not run into me yesterday. You stalked my blog because you know I've always been there. Because you know you've always liked me. Because you know you've always been feeling me. And that's why you're still stalking me 10 years later. And back then you thought that, I don't know, I was a placeholder. Back then you thought that, I don't know, I was just this thing that really, no, you can do better. Back then you thought that, I'll see, because my options are plenteous. But like, if at all, you are still in 2024, Googling me, finding me online to see what I'm doing, it means that back then you were sure. Back then you were certain, but you were rapacious and greedy. You did not do what was right. Back then you knew the deal, but back then you was no feel. You were everything I didn't need, so thank you, I dodged a bullet. Ding, 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 ding. You knew back then, like you did. There's no way you didn't. Why? Because 10 years later, you're literally still trying to see what's going on with me. Y'all are all up in my blog. You're all up in my ministry. You literally go to my WordPress blog, which is the link that you still have in your minds. And then from there, you get redirected to my YouTube channel. And the next thing, ran into you yesterday. Memories rushed through my brain. It's starting to hit me. Now you're not with me. I realize I made a mistake. I thought that I needed some space, but I just let love go to waste. It's so crystal clear now that I need you here now. I got to get you back today. What? I was all up in your grill, literally doing twirls like a ballerina all up in your face, trying to impress, and then you were like, non grand. However, so much so did you like me that you followed me to my blog, you cyber stalked me, and 10 years later, you relocated me. You literally found me again by getting into my blog that you somehow strangely have not even forgotten the URL of. But like 10 years later, ran into you yesterday. Memories rush through my brain. It is starting to hit me. Now you are not with me. I realize I've made a mistake. I thought that I needed a lot of space, but I was dumb. And here it is that I just let love go to waste. It is so crystal clear now. Karabo, I need you here now. I got to get you back today. Yo, dog, it's okay. Like, I'm waiting on God for my husband, and you're not it. Millennials, you're funny. You make me laugh. You keep on exchanging each other like I'm a boga. That's a point. You need to stop. This is the nice thing about Jesus. When you get saved, rubbish like this, like you can laugh at it. You know, it's written about the Proverbs 31 woman that she can laugh at days to come. Like, y'all are a joke. A big fat chunky joke that have made the life of a woman a living nightmare. And now you're literally trying to kill me because all you have are each other. In your cesspool of drunkenness, the thing you have destroyed, whatever it is that you've utterly shattered and decimated, you cannot stand that I waited a whole decade on Christ. No, it hasn't been a decade. It's been 13 years for romance. But in terms of breakthrough from persecution and suffering, it's been a decade. And that's why my channel is so frozen on YouTube. You've decided to go and cast spells on my life. Because you ran into me yesterday and memories rushed to your brain, and now it's starting to hit you. Now that you're not with me, you realize you made a mistake. You thought that you needed some other cheeky, but you just let love go to waste. It doesn't matter. Like the guy from MTN that I used to think was my future husband, we were like busy dilly-dallying around each other literally for 5 whole years. 5 years. And the guy was like, nah, it's okay, placeholder. Yeah, a flirt with me like no man's business. Ultimately, I lose everything. He passes me shade, gives me grief, casts a whole bunch of spells on me, and now today's like ding, 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 ding. But like, dude, I found out you married some other woman. I got devastated, I moved on, and you still think that this is an avenue or opportunity for ding, 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 ding. So much so did you like me that you didn't forget the URL to my blog, and now you're in my ministry, and now you're still bewitching me. The guy in America, he should just down tools and get over whatever he's trying to do, because there's just so many other men that you're competing with, guy, in America. And since you're all the way overseas, I just feel it's like down tools, like stop, give up, because you're literally fighting South African sorcerers that knew me from back in the day, and they're like ding 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 ding. It's not gonna work. So let it go, American guy. Relieve me of whatever rubbish you are, because you are the most naive out of all of them. Given you're the distance and everything. All the rest of these buggers can actually meet with me just here at Clearwater Mall. You are literally chilling in California of America. Why you keep trying? Bugger, why you keep trying? You don't even have a visa. Not that you would need one to come to South Africa, but like, why you keep trying? Anyway, boom, 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 boom. Last song, 1 minute. Yes, and here's the final song. I told you there were three. There are three that keep on ringing on my mind over and over again to help me understand what's going on. And the thing that's giving these people bravado to even sing such music to me, or at least have such thoughts as are, you know, emulated or emanated by these lyrics in these songs, is because of everything that's going on. Like, it appears I am bewitchable. It's like people can just take what they want. You know, you find it on a grocery shelf and you don't gotta pay for it. Just put it in your purse, because you've got that purse that can, as soon as items are in it, they go invisible. So even if you pass the security guards at the gate, at the door of the store, they can never search you successfully and find what you stole, because it's anonymous. That's what witchcraft is. You just walk into a grocery store, take stuff, and get out without paying. So you think you can just grab people and get out without paying? Like, yeah. Like, people are just not gonna wake up to see, you got Lena. Like, I'm just gonna like thwart her life, make sure she gets nowhere. It's completely frozen. And then when she's frozen, I'm going to make her realize that, but girl, there's nowhere else to go. There's nothing else to do. And then when I still say no, because I've got these eyes that see, I am alert of all of their activity. When I let them know, when I happen them upon the awareness of the fact that I know what you did last summer, they then tell me, really? Like, proper, that's what millennials, I'm sorry, hade buddies. Whatever you are, it's over. Like, let the Gen Zs do a better thing. Like, when you go and you grab people that you grew up with, that you loved, that you were hanging out with, that you were tight with, or that you were just good peoples with, okay? And then one day in the future, you're like, for real, is that what we're doing? You went to school with me. We studied together at the University Watson Wheeler Library at Wits University, or the Newcomers Building, and we shared like nights together, partying, clubbing, drinking, getting drunk. Really? Yeah, Papa. Like, we did all that. I mean, one guy is like my actual ex-boyfriend, so we actually like got intimate together, but like for real, is that what we're doing over here? Friends, like family, like Papa, abantu that are telling themselves Safa Sotlecha, because you don't want me, to eventually correct my ego of 2011, my ego of 2010, of 2012, because you won't let me relieve myself from the folly of my ego back then. Out of the dustbin. Is that what we're doing? Thank God he exists then, right? Thank God that he lives, and thank God that he proved that the human heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked, that there's no end as to what you can do as a person. The fact that you don't want me happy, you don't want me doing anything with my life, you don't want me thriving, surviving, fulfilling my existence on the earth as a Christian, a child of the living God, just because when you can't basically get your bread buttered on both sides, having gone on right ahead to live your life, watch Hadumfazi had children and everything, and now you're divorcing, and then you feel entitled to me, and seeing as you make an observation of what's going on with my life, you then are like, it's alright. Like proper, like, you know what, it's alright. With your nihilism, your belief that there is no God, and your contentment with people that you should care for a lot more, given that you share history. Yeah, the fact that you're content with them suffering so much severity, that they are facing death, essentially. When you're content with that because she does not want to give you a chance because this time you'll be a better man. Okay. Well, look it. This song is Janet Jackson. Again, these are the songs that keep on ringing in my mind, with God showing me what they hope to achieve. Essentially a romanticizing of a travesty. A woman was supposed to go in Karabo self to go and grab her own life, her own husband, her own everything. And one day when you bump into her velevele at the mall, be like, wow, you still look really beautiful. But like, she's got her 5 kids and her husband. So it is what it is, you know, in life, and you don't end up together. It is what it is. She's still looking good, but like, you know, she's somebody's wife. But no, now all these years down the line, after you went and grabbed your lives, your little 2.5 kids and your picket fence, you then want to come and make me a second wife or a mistress or something that's just taking scraps, stuff that's been eaten, consumed already, with bones having been spat out and everything. Some other woman even the cartilage from the bones of this man. She has chewed it. I heard from a friend today, and she said you were in town. This is a song that basically speaks about this. In the song, Janet Jackson is basically like, I don't want to love you again, because she feels like I can't help but love you again. That's just the way that witchcraft works. People be out here having hit that once upon a time, and then next thing is like, once upon a time she had feelings for me, I can just re-energize that. About Shapaka bring back lost lover or a korobel. Next thing, this chick who knows she's supposed to get out of a relationship and like is out just spazzing again over a dude that I was right to leave. I was right to leave, but like, this person is causing you confusion. I'm kicking you like a soccer ball all the way to like the Antarctic Circle on Kudra with your sorcery. Ain't nobody gonna get to me. Thank God I got saved. I did not know that South Africa was this dangerous with sorcery. Like, I had no clue that who among you exactly is free of sorcery? How many of you are married legitimately, organically, guys? Like, I wonder, because the amount of witchcraft by exes, random strangers on the street, guys that are bitter because bashetse kahana. I would have probably married my captor, my hostage taker. If I didn't get saved, I was gonna marry some dude that was the one who succeeded to bring me in here, Korobel. Out of all of them, I was going to ultimately be a successful case for one. That way it was inevitably gonna happen, because I just like it. The way there were so many in the office alone where I was working at MTN. There were 3 at Wits where I used to study. Out of all of those randos, one of them, Nyanjel, was gonna end up my husband. I am telling you right now. So thank God I got saved. Thank God. This ain't about beauty, y'all. It's about uklanya. It's about feeling entitled to people. It's about making choices and decisions for people. There are women all over South Africa that are in my shoes just without Jesus. Out here, proper, laying in bed every night with a man that reeled you in ganko, kameno, kamoya, kadi spurts, and you don't know. All you know is that you don't feel right at home. When there's something is shot down, but hey, he's your husband. I am so glad I got saved. I don't know where I'd be if I didn't. At the nick of time, I got saved at 26. At the time, my ex-boyfriend was already passing me shade. We were gonna break up, and Natlochuta inevitably, just as he always did back in the day. That bring back lost lover. He was gonna bring me back in. He was going to bring me back in. So the person that I would have likely ended up married to is him, because I was already with him for 5 years. All these other guys go off seeing buddy flying kick guy. They were not gonna stand a chance against him, because I already had original feelings for that guy, for my ex. Like, oh, yo vimbo muntu nje, meet. How holding a person hostage in a marriage, in a relationship, Muyumtana can't fly like a bird. That's the stuff that's causing infidelity in your marriages. Why people are out here cheating? It's because so when you meet somebody that you're genuinely in love with, you are going to have an affair with him. It's literally that base. Can we get a room? And we don't gotta tell nobody. It's just me and it's just you. And what we doing here is private. I know you really, really want it, but you belong to somebody else. Both wanna be together, but we can't act on it. You gonna be out here literally cheating on your husbands and wives because you found someone that you genuinely love. Korobela, I see easy. It causes infidelity. I cannot say that enough. Motosa batlang go ba mo relationshiping, but somehow she's drawn, she's pulled in by something. Another tlolo ya haga kanga monna motho ba batho go dampile gale knowing that she has to leave, and then next thing she's all up and be like, I just don't know if I can love you again. Relax, gang, move on. Utswile da, you proper utswile. You did leave, and no le right ka go tsamaya teng ha o mo gopole, you don't miss him. You don't miss him. I don't know how many times I have had feelings raised up in my heart again for my ex-boyfriend. And I would say to myself, I don't miss him. This is spiritual. And indeed, after a couple of days of praying, gone. Love you again. This is like Burger Go America. He's trying to bring back feelings in my heart. He's a psychopath. He doesn't stand a chance. But there are others. There was a dude in South Africa that tried to do that. Had a big fat crush on him, go MTN, when I was working there. And he came at me, flying kick, one of those cyber stalkers. And I all of a sudden had these feelings restored. And I was like, really? Until I realized after a couple of days of praying that it was induced. Relax. Blom. I heard from a friend today, and she said you were in town. Suddenly the memories came back to me in my mind. How can I be strong? I've asked myself, and time I've said that I'll never fall in love with you again. A wounded heart you gave, my soul you took away. Good intentions you had many, I know you did. I've come from a place that hurts, and God knows how I've cried. And I never want to return and never fall again. Be making love to you. Oh, it felt so good and ooh, so right. How can I be strong? I've asked myself, and time I've said that I'll never fall in love with you again. So here we are alone again. Didn't think it'd come to this. And to think it all began with just a little kiss. I've come too close to happiness to have it swept away. Don't think I can take the pain and never fall again. Kinda late in the game, but my heart is in your hands. Don't you stand there then. Yeah, don't you stand there and tell me you love me. Tell me you love me. Then leave again. I forgot how that goes. 'Cause I'm falling in love with you again. Boingo, 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 boingo. Hold me, gong, gong, gong. Hold me, don't ever let me go. Gwing, gwing, gwing. I say it just one time. Say you love me. Gong, 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 gong. God knows I do love you again. Okay, so like I messed up in some other parts because I forgot how it goes. But like this song here is exactly what's been pinching me and kicking me with a kick and boboza engwe is sharp for years. Out here being lured to go back to some exes I ain't trying to be with. Lured to date umuntu. Or chat to someone else though. Don't tell me you love me and then leave again. 'Cause I'm falling in love with you again. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm properly not. I'm not falling in love with you again. It's bring back lost love. That's what it looks like. Look, sometimes it's genuine. Sometimes you actually do miss some person that you're falling in love with again. Good intentions, they have many. You know they do. You've come too close to happiness to have it swept away. Yeah, sometimes it's, it's proper, just like, this one. It always gets to me. But in the 21st century, you proper can't tell no difference, y'all. Y'all can't be telling no difference. Am I in love? Or is this Korben? In this country, you can't tell. In this South Africa of ours, you can't tell. You can't tell. You can't tell. Hey, Batung, you can't. Like, guys, when you can't tell if you are genuinely still in love with some guy from the past, and whether or not this is like, people are greedy, guys. They're rapacious. They see you in the mall. Remember how fly they thought you were back then, but then past you shade. Next thing you are just thinking about Steven over and over and over. It's like, Steven, come on, yo, dude. Like, nah, dude, like, I think it was like 3rd year varsity, dude, like, how in the world am I out here falling in love with you again? Relax, son. I heard from a friend today, and she said you were what's his name? What's his surname? What does it start with? What does it look like? Does he still have that big nose? No, grand. I'm married. Or I'm single, but I'm waiting on God for what's mine. I've come too close to happiness to have it swept away. The thing is, I've never even come close to happiness. Like, I've never been in a relationship that makes sense. Not even once. I'm not more to that I feel as if but that's the one that got away though. Like, why'd that have to happen? That's never happened to me. I stand to basically fall in love properly for the first time in my life. But I'm almost 40. And so for those reasons, people be like, girl, at this point, you have to go back to like a car you couldn't start back then and try to start it in 2024. Because those are the only people that are going to remember your youthful glory, your spunk, your splendor, and they are going to remember you back on the come up before you lost everything and before you became that crazy Mzalwan thing. Like, come on, relax. Yo, I've come too close to happiness. It turns out I gotta go back to my ex. Oh, I'll never fall in love ever again. Hold me. Aye, don't touch me. You are just a rapist, and you still touching me. Karabo does not make for romance. Ooh, it's wrong. Why do you think that you can do this forever and ever and keep trying? 'Cause you found out how to use a magic wand, and now you want me again. Next thing is gender-based violence, murder. People be out here killing people. Why? Because there was never any love out there. Kimaswabi. Witchcraft turns people nasty, dingy, and terrible. And because it makes people nasty, dingy, and terrible, I ain't trying to be all up in no guy's grill. There's gonna be cell block tango in the house. Somebody's gonna die, either the woman or the man. He's gonna run into my knife. He's gonna run into my knife 10 times. Bese mina ngiyocula i-cell block tango. He had it coming. He had it coming. He only had himself to blame. I didn't do it. And if I'd done it, it was a murder, but not a crime. Only because Cicero and Lipschitz would have thoroughly killed me first if I didn't kill them. Kind of marriage where somebody gonna go out in a body bag because it's not gonna end well. Why? Because yatagatwa. That's what happens when you bring Mzalwani in the same marriage with an unbeliever. Too much violence. Somebody gonna die. Especially when they're South African, because out here in these streets, gender-based violence is a generational curse. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it now. Cause Flaba RIP. I ain't doing it. I don't want to go to no prison. I want to live the rest of my life. Come on, please. I don't like sharing bathrooms. I don't like being in the same room that I sleep in with a toilet. And so really and truly to insist that I marry some dude nje out of nowhere because it's about a spell and my life is very painful. He's gonna run into my knife. He's gonna run into my knife 10 times. Okay, cool guys, you know what, let's move to the next part and continue to speak about this.